situations, and of course the substitutions is part of it.
Here goes Niles. Very speedy winger is Niles. Jeremiah Niles.
This part of it, Colin, is their biggest problem. This is too slow.
Yes.
When a team is set the way Chaguanas North is set, you have to be able to move the ball with pace so you can move them around and then look and find the pockets that you try to play into. But when you play at this pace, this pedestrian pace, you're not going to shift anyone around. They're set. If you look at the Chaguanas North team, they're very comfortable with having, of course, some Benedicts colleges go very slowly side to side.
That's right. And they're just waiting for them to come into their half. Raymond and Lewis are the only two men in the St. Benedict's half, and they give it away. This is Philip. He's going to play it wide to Bobcom, but Bobcom can't get it. It's not a good display here so far from St. Benedict's. So we want to welcome all our SportsMax viewers here, and we do apologize for you joining us so late because of the signal. But the news is that St. Benedict's, they are leading Chaguanas North. This is the Coca-Cola National Intercol Quarterfinal, and the favorites here. But there's a chance for Chaguanas North, and goalkeeper Bakma was there. Yes, the skipper Tariq Lee was the man who scored for St. Benedict's, and it has not been an all-out attacking display from St. Benedict's. They've come into this game as favorites, but really and truly they haven't taken Chaguanas North. They're holding their own, Chaguanas North, as they go down the right side with Fonset, and it's being played inside towards Lewis. Lewis is trying to turn his man, and it seemed to have come off of Dimas, and it's going to be a throw for Chaguanas North.
As we have another look here at this chance. I tell you what, Raymond was not too far off there. Give Buckmeyer credit, he was extremely quick off his line. And it's funny, Colin, you mentioned, of course, how poor the performance has been so far by St. Benedict's College. It comes on the heel of a major announcement today as it relates to schoolboy football. Of course, SportsMax, ISA and SSFL jointly has brought back the Jamaica versus Trinidad and Tobago clash.
Oh, that should be interesting.
And of course St. Benedict's College, who's playing here, is one of the teams from Trinidad and Tobago, and joined by...
Don't forget Fatima College. It's the other team.
I thought you
forgot the other team. It's St. Benedict's and Fatima College.
You didn't allow me to.
I do apologize. I just thought it's a little slip now. Sometimes here goes St. Benedict's, but it's well defended again. You know, the thing is, once they get into the attacking third, St. Benedict's, Chaguanas North is really doing quite well, and they're defending sturdily. But here goes again. We see the tackles coming in. But here they go down the right side, and the ball played in field looking for Raymond, but it's won back here by Dimas. He sends it upfield. Garcia picks it up. He's going to go right side. That's a long ball looking for Bobcom. Bobcom trying to get in field with it, but he's running down the right side now. He's looking to cut in. This could be danger. The ball penned back to Lee, and Lee has the shot.
Should have done it first time, Colin.
Yeah, he should have done.
Yeah, he should have done first time, because I think once he got that space, as we have a look at it here, Bobcom does ever so well to get by his man. Once it slide back here, he's got to hit it there. He doesn't. He take a touch, hesitates, and eventually blasts it over the bar. And the opportunity, again, hesitancy on the part of Lee. Of course, a lackluster performance on the part of St. Benedict's College, but a joy for Colin Murray, because Argentina has gone one goal up.
Well, Brent, after Messi missed the penalty, my head dropped, and I figured, well,
I realized.
Yeah,
I needed to give you a bit of a pick-me-up.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. What's happening in the other game? It's still goalless?
It's not important, Colin. I'm only concerned about your Argentina and Messi.
Yes, well, yes, the other game apparently is still goalless, so it means that if that game remains goalless, Poland should go through. If the result stays as is, Argentina should go through top of the group, and Poland may just about pip Saudi Arabia on goal difference. So we'll have to wait and see how and Mexico has scored. So it means Mexico are
the
now.
commentator.
Yeah, Mexico
They're in.
now. Yeah, well, they could very well be in.
They could very well sneak
Yeah,
in.
it's now going to come down to goal difference between themselves. And if they
Poland.
if Poland gets a point, well, they are through. But then it will be between Argentina and Mexico for goal difference. So it's still very, very much open in those games. But you have to think if Argentina is taking the lead, they will certainly not want Poland to come back. But then there's that small matter of a guy called Robert Lewandowski, who Brendan. I mean, you could. I was saying that the other man, the other attacker, Brendan. I can't remember his last name, but they've got two pretty useful players going forward, and you can never tell with Poland. But here at Fatima College Ground, we're looking at Chaguanas North trying to get back into this game, looking to find George, and then the ball sent upfield, headed forward towards George. This is George. Is he looking for the shot? He has a shot just over the bar, but you could see him aiming. He's been pretty good for Chaguanas North going down the left side, Brent. And the thing about him, he's willing to shoot, and looking to get the ball across as well.
He's taken this one here. Obviously got a bit too under it, and eventually it goes over the bar. And still, take a look at it here. It's a very ambitious at best execution, and not right. But his appetite for it, Colin, hasn't been bad.
Bob couldn't keep it in. So we are into the last 3 minutes of the first half, and whatever added on time the referee may decide on. Brent, how are you enjoying the World Cup added on times? 14 minutes, 9 minutes, 10 minutes. It's unbelievable. So you're playing a half. Basically, you're talking sometimes 52 minutes.
Well, according to, of course, FIFA, you are playing 45 minutes. hence the extra. They've made up the time for what was lost during the game.
Yeah,
I'm still not convinced about that, but
well, one of the reasons I said that we were talking about time wasting tactics, and if teams know that you're going to play 7 and 8 minutes, they may very well not waste so much time. But here's Bobcom. He turns with it nicely. Still Bobcom.
It's too much.
But eventually, sent down to George. He's not going to keep it in, I don't think. Nope, he doesn't, and it's going to be a throw for St. Benedicts. So still 1-0 here, in just the 1 goal in it for St. Benedicts. The skipper Tariq Lee, the man who put the ball in the back of the net. We understand that there's no added on time, so we are in the 43rd minute here, and just about a minute and a half to go, and there is no added on time. So as it stands, we haven't had, I think there was just one injury, but we had a number of substitutions. As you rightly said, you've never seen so many substitutions in the first half. They're not using FIFA. Yes. Well, here's Bobcom. Looking to go past his man, does well, still in possession, plays it infield, gets it towards Philip.
That's just poor.
He couldn't control it, and eventually this is Levan trying to get it forward, and the ball in fact is picked up by Fonset, and it now goes all the way back to Dimas, who takes control of it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Colin, I would like to be a fly in the St. Benedict's College locker room's wall. I could just imagine the temper that, of course, boys would come with.
It's really and truly, when you think about it, it has not been the greatest of displays.
And it's all down to the way the players have applied themselves.
That's right.
It's nothing to do with the way Coach Boyce would have set his team up. It's very much what they've done throughout the season. But of course, the approach to the game, Colin, just hasn't been good enough. Nowhere near it. Well, and it comes, Colin, from, of course, the standards they themselves have set.
That's right.
It's not myself or yourself suggesting that they can play better. We've seen them played a lot better
on a number of occasions. Well, so there was a player from Chaguanas North. He got some treatment as well, Christian Richards.
Let's have another look here at the injury, and it looks like a bit of a slip here by Garcia.
Yeah.
He trotted on his toe. and maybe that's what would have caused the injury.
So we will have some more added on time now with this injury. We have about 2 minutes. That's unofficial, of course. So the Garcia being led off. I think we're going to see a difference in Benedict's, Brent, in the second half. I don't think Boyce has,
no, he's not.
tolerated this display and would send them back out to play this kind of football again.
Yeah, and he's a coach that we saw in the Ascension football, and of course now in the secondary schools, and he set standards both for himself and his teams, and I'm sure he's not a happy man.
Yep, there he is.
And he's going to let his team know. I'm very sure about that.
Well, this is Raymond, sends the ball now looking for George, but it's picked up here by Alexander, gives it to Philip, and this is the ball played wide now from Brown to Bobcom, back to Philip. Philip is going to go back towards Alexander. This is Lee in possession, gets it to Bobcom. Bobcom plays it back inside to Lee, and Bobcom goes up the right side and he sends the ball over. This is danger here, but it's cleared away. But St. Benedict's come back at the Chaguanas North team. Goes over, and this could be a goal here, but it's hit wide. Yeah, well, he was in an offside position, I think. Niles, he seemed to be offside, so it's going to be a free kick anyway. It would not have counted. So we've just been coming up now to 2 minutes of added on time, and we did have the injury to Garcia, and Garcia in the meantime is walking around at the side of the field. Doesn't seem that he's going to come on before half-time. At no point you make a substitution now, Brent. They will have to look at him half-time, see what happens, and patch him up if there's anything, and send him back for at least 15 minutes into the second half.
Well, when you and I'm not suggesting that it's solely Garcia, but when you approach a game lackluster, lackadaisical, one of the things that happened to you, Colin, is that you may be open up yourself to injuries.
That's right. Well, Raymond is going to take the kick, sends it downfield as the heads go up, and there is Lewis, but he loses out towards Ochoa, and this now is Lee. Lee turning with it. He's going to play it forward, getting in that ball towards Niles, but it goes all the way back towards that looks like Williams, who played it across. And fighting for the ball now is Lewis, and Lewis gives it away. This is Ochoa, and the whistle finally goes to indicate that we have played the 45 minutes, and the referee added about 3 minutes onto that 45, and as the players making their way off the field, St. Benedict's lead Chaguanas North in the Coca-Cola National Intercol Quarterfinal. St. Benedict's lead here by 1-0 at half-time. The goal scored by Tariq Lee, as we're going to take a little bit of a break here at Fatima College. Sunny conditions here, and we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back.
Hey everyone, I'm Tevin, and I'm here to tell you two big things. The first thing is that Coca-Cola Intercol is back, and we are ready to kick it off. Now, even bigger news than that is that this year will be like no other, because you and your school team have a chance to win a set of special edition Coca-Cola Intercol football shirts. Now, all you have to do is join us in creating #sustainablehappiness throughout the competition.
is the Coca-Cola Intercol Quarterfinal. Halftime, Chaguanas North 0, St. Benedict's College 1. Joined right now by Clint McMillan, assistant coach of St. Benedict's College. Coach, tell us about the team's performance in the first half and the reason behind the substitutions.
Well, what happened is that the amount of games that we played already and the amount of games that we have still.
Yeah.
Well, we want to win this game today also because we want to finish the season on a high. So we're doing a little man management, the players that we have. We don't want to burn them out too early because up the ladder, the games might get a little harder. So, you know, when a player say, well, he has something over, we just make the changes on them based on that.
Okay. Tell us about the strategy moving into the second half against Chaguanas North. Are you all going to play a more defensive strategy or are you all going to attack the ball and look for more goals?
Well, we are an attacking team. We just have to make sure and just keep the discipline of being the attacking team that we are. We realize that plenty of teams trying us specific strategy on us, and we just giving them that chance to make them feel well it's really working over, because we talk that with the players and them is about, well, if we overexert ourselves, we might reach the finals and we might be tired. So now we just take the little time and play the game to the opponents that we face.
All right, thank you very much, Assistant Coach Clint McMillan of St. Benedict's College. Right now we're being joined by the manager of Chaguanas North Secondary's team, Jermaine Raymond. Just one goal down. What do they need to get back in the second half?
Well, we are very pleased with the results so far. We had hoped for a goalless first half.
Yeah.
But one goal, we'll accept that because in truth and in fact, Benedicts had the better of the exchanges. However, we would want to attack because this is a knockout, so it's a must win.
Tell us about your substitute and any possible substitutions moving into the next half.
I think this is the team we're going with going forward. The substitute was because that player was not following the instructions. A little bit of indiscipline.
All right, thank you very much, manager of Chaguanas North Secondary School. We go upstairs to see the highlights of this first half.
Well, here are the highlights of the first half, and it was really St. Benedict's having most of but a really good start from the Chaguanas North team. That man George, he was the one that was really creating problems, but then here comes St. Benedict's getting into the game, and it was this man having a shot and went just wide, but eventually the deadlock was broken by Tariq Lee, but St. Benedict's always was on top here, and eventually Tariq Lee broke the deadlock, putting the ball into the back of the net, and that was a dance, and St. Benedict's going easily by 1-0 up, and really and truly they were not stretched after that. Their main threat came down the left side through George. He was the one player that was really giving real problems to the St. Benedict's defense. And but you looked at St. Benedict's and you just felt when they upped the ante, they were going to create problems. And Tariq Lee was the man again making the run, but that was good defending on the part of Thomas in particular for Chaguanas North. But St. Benedict's kept coming forward. Like I said, they weren't playing with the intensity that we normally see of a St. Benedict's team, but here they were certainly trying to get another goal, just that insurance second goal. It was not to be, and you have to give Chaguanas North credit for not allowing them to get another goal. And but here is George again having a shot that went just over the bar. He has been the main threat. If you think Chaguanas North have to get a goal, it has to come from that man George. Let's have a look at the stats.
Well, the stats are 11 shots have been taken, 3 from Chaguanas North Sec, 8 from St. Benedict's College. One of those shots from Chaguanas North was on target, 3 from St. Benedict's. Of course, 6 fouls in the game, 1 for Chaguanas North Secondary and 5 St. Benedict's College. No cards in the game, whether yellow or red, and no offsides. Corners, 2 to St. Benedict's College, 1 to Chaguanas North Secondary. 2 saves by Chaguanas North Secondary, 1 by St. Benedict's College, and of course the possession arrow pointing towards St. Benedict's College at 64% and Chaguanas North Sec at 36%. A game played at a very pedestrian type pace and is very slow, but I'm sure Hans could pick up the speed. Let's go to him now.
Thank you very much, Brenton. Colin, right now, joined by the fans. Not that many here today, but nevertheless, they came out to represent for their school, Chaguanas North Secondary. Andrea, you're here with your friends. Let us know what your thoughts on the game so far.
So far, Benedicts is 1 up, but I believe Chaguanas North can come back, equalize, and pass in Benedicts with some great goals.
Who do you expect to score the goal?
I expect Aaron or Nathan, that's number 7 or number 11, that would be scoring the goal.
All right, thank you very much, Andrea. Let's hear from St. Benedict's College. Boys, you all came up the road to represent. Kenson, thoughts on the game?
My thoughts on the game is so far, Benedict is playing the ball. It's not what we expecting, but the boys are going strong. Coming on to the end of the first half, game starting to increase, and yeah.
Well, you heard from the fans. Let's hear from the actual players. Let's meet Jaquan Benjamin and Tariq Lee of the respective teams.
My name is Tariq Lee. I'm 18 years of age. I'm the captain of St. Benedict's College and I play striker. Well, this is a big occasion reaching to the finals because it has been a while for St. Benedict's reaching this far. Our most memorable part of our journey is our winning streak and the hard work we have put in. The goals I set for myself this season was to win everything and bring it back to the school. My proudest moment through my journey right now it was winning the league's title and bringing it back to our school. To my team supporters, I want to say keep on supporting and keep on coming out in our games and supporting the team. To get the job done, I think my team just need to keep our intensity and score our chances.
My name is Jaquan Benjamin. I'm 18 years old. I attend Chaguanas North Secondary School and I play attacking midfield. I chose the game of football because I find love with it when I first started playing at the age of 6, and I just feel happy when I'm with the ball. The teams I had played for in the past is Trinity College East at school level and Invicta FC at club level. The teams I play for currently is Tristate FC and Chaguanas North Secondary School. Playing with my school team, very fun, a good learning experience, and I'm really thankful for the experience. We started off the season a little rough, but I think we're improving as time goes on. This next match is very important for me and my school because it will be my biggest accomplishment, and I just think that trophy will look very good inside the school's cabinet.
Well, both students love their teams and both are looking for victory. The score here at Fatima College grounds in the Coca-Cola Intercol quarter-final. Chaguanas North Secondary 0 and St. Benedict's College 1. With all that's happening around us, we have to be concerned about the environment. And one way that you and your school can contribute to hashtag sustainable happiness is by working with what Coca-Cola is doing. So here's Tevin to tell you about how you and your school can really create sustainable happiness.
So here's how we use recycled plastic bottles to make our special edition Coca-Cola Intercol football jerseys. First of all, the plastic bottles are collected and packed at the recycling center before being shipped to the processing factory. Next, the plastic bottles are melted into white round balls. These plastic balls are then crushed and spun through a nozzle that creates yarn. The yarns are used to weave a polyester fabric. Finally, that fabric is used to make our special edition Coca-Cola Intercol jerseys that you and your school can win. So get collecting those plastic bottles and bring them to the Every Bottle Back Center at Charlotte Street in Port of Spain so you and your school can help create hashtag sustainable happiness.
Well, welcome back here to Fatima College. We're getting ready for the start of the second half. St. Benedicts, they lead by 1-0. They have possession with the kick, and we just are waiting for the referee's whistle here, Referee McDonald, and we are just waiting for him. And yes, just about there goes the whistle for the start of the second half, and it's played towards Brong. Brong is going to play that ball just to his right, and it's intercepted by Lewis for Chaguanas North. They're starting quickly again. This is George going up that left side, sends the ball across, and it's cleared away by Dimas, and it's picked up by Bobcom. Bobcom, can he keep it in? He certainly can, and plays it to Lee. Lee infield. This is Ochoa. He's going to play that one to Niles. Niles coming forward with it now, getting it towards that man there. Let's see, has he come on as a substitute? We'll have to give you that in a minute, because we're not seeing the replacement has come on. It looks like the number 9 player, and I think that is it Lewis, number 9, Brent?
Yeah, it looks like him, Justin Lewis.
Yep. So
he would have come on.
Yes, so he's come on. I'm not sure not sure who he's come on for. But so Garcia is off. Now remember, Garcia had a slight knock, Brent, at the end of the first half, and he's off the field.
Garcia, it looks like Lee would have tucked into the middle of the park. Terry Lee, the captain of St. Benedict's College.
So here is Niles looking to go down the left side, but goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw for Chaguanas North. So they've done well. They heard the coach at halftime saying, Brent, they were hoping it would have been goalless at the half. But here is the substitution, Jaden Grant coming on for Daryl Garcia. So the sun has left us, but nice cool conditions now. Nice breeze blowing across this ground, as it's going to be the throw sent infield there and by Williams, and eventually is it going to be a corner? It could very well be a corner. So here is the corner. It's going to be taking, it looks to be Niles going across to take the corner. And the corner comes, the heads go up, and no one in particular, but the shot comes and it goes just wide. Seemed to have taken a deflection, but may have taken a deflection off one of the St. Benedict's players, and it goes out for a goal kick for Chaguanas North.
Yeah, disappointing attempt eventually there. Always leaning back and splice the ball as well in that shot, and trying to get a bit of indication of St. Benedict's approach in this second half, and they look a little bit sprightlier than they did in the first already, Colin.
Yeah, they do, as that ball goes up the left side to George. George looking to run past Philip. He gets by Philip, and Philip coming back and really fighting for that ball. But George comes inside, and Philip falling all over the place, and the ball comes off of George, goes outside for, let's see, the referee is indicating it's going to be a goal kick. I thought maybe he might have been looking at a foul for George.
Yeah. So it's a little bit of pushing, but eventually he got there.
But yep, it is going to be a free kick, as there was Grant going down that, trying to get down the left side, and
yeah,
it is a foul.
David, the captain.
Yeah, David,
no prisoners there.
Yep. So it's going to be a free kick for St. Benedict's. You have to think with this free kick, they certainly will pile bodies forward. They need that insurance goal, don't they? Because the worst thing can happen to St. Benedict's, Brent, is if Chaguanas don't get the equalizer and it goes into penalty kicks.
And they have huffed and puffed.
Yes.
Chaguanas North.
Here is the free kick. It's going to be taken by Williams. Sends it over to the far post and it's headed, but it's going to be cleared away. But only at, right at the edge of the area, as St. Benedict's trying to regain possession. But here goes George. Every time he gets the ball, Brent, I get excited because he's a speedy player. And the ball sticks here, and eventually there was Alexander having to clear his lines. But I tell you what, every time George picks up the ball, Brent,
he's direct.
That's right.
Yeah,
I was about to say that.
He's one thing in his mind, and that's to go at full tilt.
Well, we see a player down very much in the middle of the field by the turf. It's getting some attention from one of his own players. Not too sure who is the man down at the moment. And, well, he's back up, so he's all right, it seems. That could very well be. It's not the captain. It seems to be Bruce. But however, here is George, sends it infield, not a good ball, and it's picked up by Ochoa. He plays it down the left side. Here goes Niles. Oh, Niles, the man goes down as Niles is on his way. He's trying to go infield with it now. Still Niles plays that ball across to Lee. Lee looking for Bobcom. Bobcom is going to send the cross in. The heads go up and it's headed into the goal. That's a very, very good goal from Grant. The man who has come on as a substitute, the ball went to the far side, the cross came in, and Grant, out jumping the defenders, angled the ball nicely into the back of the net, and that's a very, very good goal from St. Benedict's, and they have scored in the 52nd minute to make it 2-0.
Well, it's exactly what they needed. It all started from this man there, crafted by Niles, with a bit of trickery there, leaving his defender for dead. Cuts inside and eventually works it across to Bobcom, coming up on the side. Lee puts it across to Bobcom. Not the best of crosses, but it's a good finish nevertheless by Grant. Goalkeeper Raymond trying to come out to pluck the ball out to the air, but Grant beats him to it. 2-0 to St. Benedict's College.
Lovely goal from Grant. You could, it's a kind of striker's goal, Brent, because he made the run, waiting for that cross coming from Bobcom, and got there before the keeper. Really good goal.
Yeah, it's a good goal. Good anticipation by the substitute Grant. Of course, getting there before goalkeeper Raymond. Just never felt he was ever going to get there, Colin, the goalkeeper. He made his mind up quite early.
Oh yeah, that he was going to come for it, but he
wasn't the right decision.
Well, he had to clear away everything in front of him. We see the player who was, when Niles went around him, he went down, and it looks to be the Hemley is the man down, so he's getting some treatment off the field as Chaguanas North. How can they at least try and get a goal and get back into this game? It's going to be difficult for them, as this is the ball. This is George trying to get possession, but it goes down the right side. Bobcom plays it back in field. This is Ochoa playing it towards Grant. Grant trying to play a 1-2, but the ball is picked up by David Levan is playing that ball up front towards, but Williams picks it up and he plays it down, but it's intercepted here. But it's now picked up wide on the left by Niles. Is he going to send it across? No, he takes on his man and looks to send it across. It comes off of a defender, and away comes Chaguanas North. This is Raymond going in field with it. Still Raymond loses out to Brown. And Browns getting the rebound and playing it down towards Niles. Niles plays it short, and this is Ochoa. Ochoa is going to play it backwards to Brown, and Brown looking around. He's going to play that now to his right. Bobcom is wide now. This is Bobcom, but that's a good tackle in the end, but the rebound comes to Bobcom, and he goes in field with it, and this is a good run from Lee. Squares it back, and the ball could not be cleared first time, and it's like a pinball ball machine there, but eventually they get it away. This is St. Benedict's looking for goal number 3, but George picks it up and he's on the way, but he was being held back, and I think he's going to get a yellow card because George was on his way, and a yellow card has been shown to Philip. So Joshua Phillip gets a yellow card.
Well, it was a busy passage of play here. First, of course, the foul there on Aaron certainly held.
Yeah, he's held George, didn't he? He was holding on to George and saying to him, "Where are you going?" Oh well. So the Benedict's team losing possession again to George. Plays it in field, but only as far as Ochoa. He loses out as Lewis picks it up for Chaguanas North. Lewis looking for the shot. No, he's trying to dribble and he's trying to do a little too much. And the ball comes out to Niles. Away goes Niles. He's got nothing in front of him but grass. Here is Niles going down that left side. And eventually the tackle comes in. But still, Niles in possession. Plays it back towards Grant, who has the shot and it rebounds. This is Niles.
Yeah, that was poor.
Eventually he plays it out to Brown. Brown plays that ball towards Philip. Philip having a shot, but goes wide. That was the distance was one, and the angle was the second one. That really and truly you had to advise Philip that was not the type of he needed to play the ball around. But that is the man who got the yellow card, Joshua Phillip, and having that shot, Brent. But the distance and the angle was against him.
Yeah, and I would even go back to the Grant situation, and he really should have buried it. He, of course, was waiting for the ball to come onto his foot, and just gave the defender an opportunity. He should have gone in and of course collected it and finished. As we have a player on the ground again, another Chaguanas North player. I'm not surprised, Colin. They've put in a big shift, and of course because of that, we're starting to see the bodies dropping.
Yeah, the bodies are starting to drop all of here. Some of the fans in the game, of course.
The Chaguanas North fans.
Yep,
they looked a bit dazzled and dazed by that.
Well, the thing is, at this point in time, listen, coming into the game, Brent, you had to say they were underdogs, and if they could have got something out of it, as the assistant coach was saying, if they could have got in at halftime goalless, they would have been pretty happy with that. They were only one down. But they've never really. I mean, you look at Buckmeyer. He had one save to make. They've not really tested the St. Benedict's defense, and they look tired. You look at some of them, Brent. They look very, very tired.
Yeah, well, they've put in a shift in the first half, and I thought they were well organized and they showed a lot of promise. And of course, the fans there would appreciate their first half performance. Even the little one clapping as well, Colin. Happy.
Yes.
I wonder what's on sale up there. I'm seeing a lot of chewing and snacking.
Well, I'm not sure. And unfortunately, I can't leave. We have a lot of things here.
I don't know Fatima for any culinary experience. Certainly not at this ground.
Oh no, come on! You've never been to the salt and pepper, Brent? Salt and pepper.
Well, I've been to Fatima many times,
it's one of the big fundraisers. Big, huge dinner. About 60 dishes.
Is that where the Fatima students cook?
That's right.
I know for a fact you're not there. You can't cook.
you so I don't like you. You dismiss me, Brent. It's sometimes I feel.
Well, I will come to the event if, of course, you're cooking. Yeah.
Well, I did make a dish many moons ago. I bought it from somebody and I took it with me to the function, and everybody was complimentary. They were complimentary.
Does that constitute you made the meal when you purchased it?
No, I finally, after many years, I'm confessing, Brent. But here goes Niles down the left side. He's on his own. He's cutting in now. This is Niles looking around. Goes to the byline. Can he square it back? Here comes the shot, but that's good defending. But Ochoa plays it in field, and this is Bobcom. Oh well, they're missing these chances, shouldn't they? They should at least be 3 or 4 up, and that should have been put into the back of the net on 2 occasions. But Niles has been really going down the left side, Brent, and he's been creating the chances.
Yeah, he has a lot of real estate in front of him, and as you rightfully mentioned. and because of that, he's utilizing it. We talk about, of course, Aaron, who seems to be down, George, who seems to be down on the left side after a very hefty challenge there by Alexander. He's similar to Niles on this side for St. Benedicts.
Yeah, that's right.
Very direct players.
Yeah.
But you hope that George could recover from that.
He's getting up.
That was a challenge.
Yeah, so he's getting up. Let's have a look at that challenge, Brent. Is it a Brent Sancho challenge?
No, it's not, Colin. It's a very full. Once it's a fair and safe challenge, it is a Brent Sancho challenge.
I hear you. But the good thing,
you may not think that way.
The good thing is George is back up, and nice breeze blowing across this ground. It's sunny still. It's been really a change in the weather from what we've been experiencing over the last couple of weeks. It's rained, many citizens, Brent, displaced through flooding in the area. It's been really bad. And people don't understand and realize just how bad it is in some communities.
Yeah, it's really heart-wrenching, and of course our thoughts and prayers on behalf of the SportsMax family goes out to the flood victims of the last 2 days, and of course some of the challenges the commuters would have faced trying to go out of Port of Spain into their various homes.
Yes.
Some persons commuting for over 7 hours.
That's what I heard. And of course the Caroni River overflowed its banks onto the highway, and that was the major cause of the jam yesterday. But it's Niles in possession, just been playing now for just an hour, and this is the ball played in by Brown. Still Brown. Is he going to look for the shot? He tries to play it through. And here's still Brown. Eventually it's cleared up field. Raymond is going to take it down. And Niles coming back to put in the challenge as Raymond plays it up the right side. This is Richards twisting, turning with it, but he loses out. It's won back by Williams. And Williams plays it in field, but this is Grant going back towards Brown. Brown gets it towards the skipper Lee. Lee goes to Bobcom as Bobcom takes control of the situation, and Lee makes that forward run going towards the byline. He's turning one way, twisting, and still in possession. Lee comes in field, and does he go down? Yes, he does, and not on his own. He was sent to the ground by the Chaguanas North defender, and it's going to be a free kick.
It's a good bit of footwork there by the captain Lee, eventually evading his man and illegally impeded there by Benjamin.
Yes, Benjamin was the man, and it means it's going to be that free kick for St. Benedicts. In the meantime, Lee is still down. So here is the physio for St. Benedicts. Lee,
she's had
with a 2-goal lead, Brent. You would think that Boyce may make a couple of substitutions and rest some of the better players, but people like Lee, he may want to give Lee a little bit of a rest. He may want to give Niles a little bit of a rest.
Bobcom as well.
Bobcom.
Well, listening to the comments of assistant coach Clint McMillan, and of course he talked about the number of games and of course fatigue being a factor, and that's why I stressed on the fact that I was very disappointed in their approach in the first half, because I thought they would want to win the game,
kill it off
in the first half, and of course allow themselves to make the changes necessary to give the key players a rest in this game, but they didn't, and they've laboured for most of it, Colin, until they've scored the second, where things seemingly have started to open up a bit.
Well, here is the free kick. It's sent in, the heads go up, and it's headed out. It's going to be a corner for St. Benedicts. So St. Benedicts with the right-sided corner. It's it's a corner. Yes, I thought for a minute it was a throw, but the referee did signal corner. Tarek Lee has gone over to take this right-sided corner, and there's about 1, 2, 3, 6 St. Benedict's players in the box as that ball comes over towards that far side. Niles is there, tries the volley, and the volley actually goes to Ochoa. Ochoa still in possession and trying to get the better of the defender, sends it back, the shot comes and it goes over the bar. A deflection there but the shot coming from Alexander, who's come up from the back, I thought it took a deflection. It may have come off of his own player, but let's have a look at that again, Brent.
Well, I was really impressed how quickly he was able to get that shot off as a centre half, Alexander. Of course, Ochoa hustling and bustling and finally gets a hold of the ball. And look at Alexander, how quickly he gets a shot. And I'm sure that would have taken a deflection.
I thought so, but...
because you're looking at the trajectory of the ball, and it made a very quick right turn.
But the goal kick sent upfield, headed on towards Riemann. This is Riemann now in possession. He's looking to go past Williams, but he can't. And it goes out, and it's going to be a throw for St. Benedict's. Coming up to 65 minutes of this game. Still another 25 minutes to go as St. Benedict's leading 2-0. The goals coming from Lee and from Grant. As that ball played down towards Grant, he takes it down nicely, and it's sent upfield. But in the meantime, Grant is fouled, and it's going to be a free kick for St. Benedict's.
Well, of course, in the first half, Chaguanas North secondary engaged around their middle third in terms of engaging defensively St. Benedict's College, and of course in the second half, College, they have now gone to the high press and they're engaging a bit high up the park, but that has meant that they've left gaps behind them, and I think St. Benedict's College have been able to explore that, especially that man on the ball there, Niles.
Well, Niles plays it towards this is Ochoa, and Ochoa sends it over onto the far side, maybe trying to get it to Bobcom, but it's cleared upfield. And here comes St. Benedict's again, turning, twisting with it is Brown, gives it to the man there. It looks like Tariq Lee, and he plays it in. This is a big chance here. He misses it.
It's taking too long.
Yep.
He's made a great turn, Colin, and I don't know why he didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, I thought he would have done. That was the obvious choice. Once he got inside, I thought he was just going to tuck it away from the goalkeeper, but he just held on too long.
Well, there's a good bit of interplay there, and of course this is a good turn. They've got to finish, take that extra touch, and it left him, and the chance left him at the same point in time, and of course that meant that the opportunity was gone.
That's right. So here is the Cizio again coming onto the field, and the player down. Was it Grant? Not sure. They won a corner out of it. But I thought it was Grant, the one who was brought down. It's Coach Boyce and his technical staff.
Well, I think from his perspective now, Colin, it's really about getting the result and coming out unscathed and no injuries, because he would suggest that at this scoreline they would have done enough to win the game, but I think it really is now about coming out without any injuries.
Well, the game between Argentina and Poland has ended, Brent, and it appears that Argentina have come away winners by 2-0, and Mexico, they are leading by 2-0, and they added on time. As we say, both teams, Poland and Mexico, will end up with 4 points, and it's going to come down to goal difference. But the goal difference is 0. When they met, it was also 0-0. So the only way you can define a winner there, Brent, is maybe toss of the coin.
Well,
what are we?
It is in the FIFA rules that you would go through the fair play points,
okay.
And so far Mexico have 7 yellow cards to Poland's 5.
Oh my word! Well, here's a shot, and the goalkeeper parries it. This is Niles. That's a really good defending, as the ball is cleared upfield, and this is a shot. This is goal number 3. And this is Brown, the man who came on as a substitute. He is the one who seemed to put that ball into the back of the net. And St. Benedict's in the 69th minute, Brown is the man that has put it into the back of the net. And St. Benedict's comfortably now leading by 3-0. I think the game has just been killed off, Brent, and it's just a matter of time now. How much can they go on to score? Because you have to feel that it's taken the stuffing out of this the floodgates have been open.
But it's a good dink in there by Niles. Good touch there by Brown, and puts it past a hapless Raymond in goal, who's tried to do it. And of course the exclamation mark, the Kenwyn Jones flip. I wonder if Kenwyn could still do that.
We must ask him. We should have asked him during the QRC game. Yeah, the QRC game.
I had a flip as well, Colin.
You did?
Yeah, it was a roll on the bed.
Was that your hair?
No, it's a roll on the bed. Almost like a...
Oh, I see. Okay, Brian. I wouldn't ask you for a
barrel roll. It was called a barrel roll.
I will never ask you for a demonstration. Have no fear.
I think I could still do it.
No, I wouldn't put you through that, Brian. I certainly wouldn't. At your age, I'm be very concerned. It's the ball cleared away by St. Benedicts as Niles being
challenge.
At the back, but the referees allowed play to go on. This is Grant playing it down towards Niles, and the ball is played downfield towards Niles. Niles is he's doing well. Niles has had a good game, hasn't he? He just hasn't been able to put up the ball into the back of the net, and he should have done. I think that's one of, and you look at Niles throughout the season, Brent, he's been very good going up that left side. He dribbles well. The one thing I would say is that he's not been able to score goals. Just a latest update, we understand that Saudi Arabia has scored, so it's now 2-1 to Mexico.
And Mexico is out.
That means Mexico is out. Now on goal difference.
Unbelievable turn of events in the World Cup. They obviously they needed to make it to score by 3, as I mentioned.
That's right.
They would have been out by fair play. Of course, the flip of the coin is not used anymore, and they use this point system based on the amount of cards that you got, yellow and red. It's called a fair play.
I think that's good. I think that's interesting.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It encourages, of course, fair play.
Yeah. Well, here is Grant, and he's going to play it back to Ochoa. Ochoa in the middle of the field. This is Brown. Sends it over towards Lee.
He was offside
and Lee couldn't control it. And taking the ball away from him is Benjamin. But he is still Lee winning it back from Benjamin. And Benjamin gets it back from Lee and sends it up the left side looking for George. But it's played out. And it's going to be a goal kick. It's going to be a throw for St. Benedicts. And the man over on that far side is Philip. He's going to take this throw. See a substitution, couple substitutions for Benedict.
There goes the answer to your question, Colin. When would he bring in the changes? And of course, the semi-finals on Saturday.
Yep. And
you have to think about that. We are here Wednesday, but as you mentioned throughout this broadcast, Colin, it is very warm here. And they would have played a very exerting game against Presentation College in the South Zone Intercol final.
Well, we have to get confirmation of those substitutes. And it's just... so Bobcom is off. And who's come on for Bobcom? We'll have a look. That's Malachi Webb has come on. But here is George going forward, and then the other change, Alexander is off, and yes, the defender Alexander, and still, so Alexander came off. I'm not sure, Brent, the second substitution
entering is Tariq Joseph, and of course Bruce has left the field.
So Joseph for Alexander, Webb for Bobcom.
And of course Lucas is off. And Alexander is off and Lucas is on. That's for St. Benedicts. Alexander, the centre half, is off. Of course, give him the opportunity to rest.
So Joseph on for Bruce for Chaguanas North. Joseph is number, let's just have a look and see the number for Joseph. And Joseph is number 13. So there is confirmation of that substitution. Tyreek Joseph has come on for Darius Bruce. But here is Niles looking to play that ball forward towards Grant, and that's a strong challenge there coming in. looks to be Lewis putting in that challenge, and he stays down.
He did extend himself.
Actually, it's not. It's Hemley, Michael Hemley, the man there with that challenge.
He did extend himself a bit more than he probably wanted to, and may have brought on an injury.
So coming up to 75 minutes of this game, and the thing is, just here is the challenge, Brent.
Yeah, it's really a good, strong challenge, but I'm looking at the landing. It's a bit rough.
That's right.
It looks like a landing that Titas used to do back in the airport in Tobago.
in the year 1910?
In the year 1910. I've flown it with Titas when I was a young kid.
My word. That was always an adventure, wasn't it?
I think landing was the adventure. I remember one time my father had some stewed chicken and rice in his lap, and I say no more. The landing turned into it.
Well, here is another substitution for Chaguanas North.
I say the landing turned it to fell out.
Let's have a look at that substitution. Raymond is off the number 7, and James is on the number 12. So Raymond off, and James is on. So Chaguanas North trailing by 3-0. The goals coming from Lee, Grant, and Brown. So we have a corner, and the ball is with Niles, sends it back across field. The heads go up, and is that put into the net? Yes. Well, no, it's a goal. So well. He looked offside. Is that Tariq Lee? No,
it's tough for us to see from our position here with, of course, the sun directly into our eyes.
It's an own goal by Van Lee.
It looks like a whole goal.
It's an own goal by Van Lee, David Van Lee. Well. What was he doing coming in? It was a great goal because he came in at the far post, Brent, and he volleyed it. Let's just have a look.
Well, he puts it back into play, and I think the header comes here by Grant. Gets
back
up
across
really
the goal.
Well, back across the goal. It's the right thing to do.
And here comes Van Lee.
And here comes that man.
What a goal at the far post.
Well, he was attempted to clear it, and he put it into the back of the net.
Well.
It's a good finish, as you rightfully said.
Oh, my word. I really feel for him.
It's a good shot. That's a good finish.
That's a lovely goal. What a goal. This is 5-0 now. St. Benedict's romp into victory as we anticipated. And there is the man. What a celebration from Malachi Webb is the man. Has made it 5-0. Well.
It's a good, solid left-footed shot there.
There's goalkeeper Raymond. He had no chance.
No, he had no chance. Good ball played in there. Picks it up and travels some distance. And look at that. That's a good finish. A goalkeeper
just right across.
Raymond could have done a little bit better there on that one. But nevertheless, a good strike.
It was a good finish.
Yeah,
across
into the back
keeper.
of the net.
Yep. So there is Malachi Webb making it 5-0 now for St. Benedict's. We still have about 12 and a half minutes to go, so it can be at least it can be more than the 7, that's for sure. So this is Chaguanas North. Lewis looks to go over to the left side, trying to get George. We haven't seen George in the play for a while, but away comes Lee. Playing that ball onto that right side, looking for some support. Gets it. Lee gets the return ball and looking to play it in field. The keeper comes. It comes off the keeper and it goes out. It's going to be a corner. But there was Lee going right-sided and looking to get Brown involved and looking to get Webb involved. And so it's going to be another substitution. Let's see who is the man coming off and who is coming on. So we're going to confirm that substitution in a moment. It's going to be a right-sided corner for St. Benedict's. 5-0, they lead. Can they make it a handful? Well, they've made it a handful already. My apologies. Can they start to count the second hand now? Here is the ball sent. This is a good. The heads go up, and it looks like Niles was the one trying to. It took another deflection, and it's gone for a left-sided corner now, and Webb seems to be the one going to take it.
Well, it looks like 17 Hamley has come onto the pitch.
Hamley has come off, you mean?
Yeah, he's come off, sorry.
Yep.
And he's been replaced as we get confirmation of it here.
Yes, by Solomon. Yep, Solomon is on.
But you just knew at some point the floodgates will come open, Colin, and I think from a St. Benedict's perspective, they just felt that's another.
This is goal number 6, banged in by Lee.
Well, you did ask about him, and he's introduced himself to you.
That's right. So Tariq Lee has made it 6-0. That's his second goal. So he's got the brace, but came in at the far post. And let's have a look at that ball coming across.
It's a looping ball being played in there. Defender slices it with his head, and Lee, with the simplest of tasks, just to put it into the back of the net. Another look at it here. Defender slices it off. Goalkeeper beaten Raymond. Gets a fingertip to it. You would think the goalkeeper would have wrapped it around the post, but Lee made sure that it went into the back of the net. Despair for that man Raymond. But the 6th goal for St. Benedict's College, and it's now becoming a bit of a ramp.
Well, here goes Niles. Playing it down to Webb. Webb coming in field with. He's now, everybody's gone trigger happy.
All of a sudden.
He's taking shots from each way. And that's gone out, and it's going to be a goal kick for Chaguanas. We are into the 80th minute. We're into the 81st minute. As just 10 minutes left for Chaguanas to try and, well, I don't know if I should say limit the score to 6. But really and truly, when this game, when I came to the ground at first, Brent, I figured we were looking at 6 or 7 goals because St. Benedict's, they're in a different league to Chaguanas North.
Yeah, well, they're very rampant when it comes to their goal scoring ability, and more importantly, Colin, what's from a perspective of St. Benedict's depth. Many of the protagonists that are normally associated with their goal scoring spree are not on the field. It's the substitutes.
That's right.
And they've done a very, very good job so far of making sure that they continue on that upward trajectory. Disappointing start, but certainly it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and they go again. Could be offside here. Well, that's a naughty challenge. I'm surprised
he's blown the foul. He's complaining.
He's lucky not to go in the box. It was late.
Yeah, that's the skipper, Levan.
Yeah.
But he's claiming that he played the ball. But you're right, he was a little bit late. Let's have a look at the SportsMax app moment, Brent. And let's have a look at this SportsMax app moment. The cross coming in, and there is Brong smashing it into the back of the net. He took it one. That was a well-taken goal. He took it on the right foot.
Yeah, well taken.
One time on the left foot.
Taken goal. Well, good finish, and even a better support, of course, celebration.
Excellent for him. So that is the SportsMax moment. The goal from Brong in the 69th minute. But here goes St. Benedict's again, and Raymond, a clash there, and I think the referee is going to blow for a foul on Raymond, and we see Niles just asking him if he's all right, but there's going to be a yellow card. I think there's going to be a yellow card for Webb. It was Webb who was crashing into him, and he claiming that he tried to play the ball, and Raymond got in the way, but it was late, and Raymond was able to just he's still down, is he? Yes, he is down, the goalkeeper Aidan Raymond, and he's gonna he's not getting any treatment as yet, and we see the physio is now going on to the field, so he's going on to the field to give some treatment to Raymond. But 6-0. St. Benedict's lead here. The yellow card, confirmation of it, to the man who scored the 5th goal for St. Benedict's, Malachi Webb. So he's into the referee's bad books. And
here it is again.
Yep.
So it bunked up. He had every right, Colin, to go for it. Despite being late, it's unfortunate
late,
that Raymond, of course, inadvertently hit in the face. But I think he had every reason to go for it, because it was still, of course, bubbling around, and it could have been anyone's ball.
That's right. Well, 6-0 here, and he's up, which is good news. And let's have a look at it again, Brent.
Well, he was brave, and it's unfortunate, as I said, a lot of what he's conceded here today was not really down to his own doing. I thought he did make one or two tidy saves. Yes, he did. But it's been a challenge.
Tough.
Once St. Benedict's went into that other gear, it really put, of course, whatever potential fight that Chaguanas North secondary had, of course, put it dormant.
I think you had to look at the halftime, and some words must have been said in the dressing room to up the tempo, up the game, and really and truly, when you meet a team like this and you're in a different league to them, you've got to make them pay. And you're right. I think you made a point earlier on, Brent, when you said they should have killed off the game in the first half. But when you lead by 1-0 at halftime, it gives the other team the sort of inspiration. Look, guys, we could get back in this. We just need a goal. We need one goal. Yeah. But it was not to be. And St. Benedict's really shut up shop at the back. And Buckmeyer in the St. Benedict's goal he's had very little to do. I don't think he's made a save in the second half.
No, and more importantly, I think when you look at the way that Chaguanas North secondary is now approaching closing down St. Benedict's College, it doesn't have the same intensity as it did in the first half, because they're now deflated.
That's right, totally.
So it goes back into the point that we've made. This could be close again.
There's Raymond. He's done well, didn't he? And but it's going to be a free kick eventually given to Chaguanas North. So it's long ball sent upfield, but it's going to come right back, and Lewis does well there, heads it on and trying to get it towards Richards, but it's picked back up here by Brown. Brown is going to play it forward and trying to get it wide there. This is, let's see, that is Lee out on that right side. He's going down the line. He was looking for that ball coming back in field, and he's gone down. The referee is saying play on. So
I thought calling
no penalty, Brett. No penalty. Here's George. He's going up that left side, and that's good covering from Dimas. And Dimas plays it in towards Brown. Brown is going to go back here, and the ball is with Joseph. Played in field now, and this is Niles. He's come all the way back on top of his defense, and gets it towards Joseph, who is in an advanced position now, and this is Niles getting it this time towards Joseph. Joseph coming in field with it, looking around, and he's still looking around. He's brought down. It's going to be a free kick for St. Benedict's. Just 3 minutes left, and whatever added on time the referee considers.
Well, you'd have to think, Colin, that going into the national semi-finals, that St. Benedict's is still the favourite, obviously, and it would seem that, of course, all due respect to Trinity College East and of course Signal Hill, you may feel that it is beckoning for Fatima College St. Benedict showdown again.
Yes, it's certainly looking at that, but you can never discount Signal Hill. You can't discount Trinity East, the way they took care of business against Samoa North. But here is St. Benedict's looking for goal number 7. It's curled in field, and the shot just couldn't come. Yep, it was not a good touch, and because of that, they never got the shot away. But this is Webb, who has another shot that goes wide. Yeah, the thing is, you can't discount Signal Hill, you can't discount Trinity East, the way they took care of business against Samoa North. The thing is, the difference with a Samoa North and a Fatima, I think Fatima has many more guns in terms of closing down the players. You know, you have a feel every time you play Samoa North that if you can close down SSFL, if you can close down Noel, you feel you have a chance.
Yeah.
Fatima is a little different. Yeah. You know, you've got Bailey on one side, you've got Williams on the other side, then you've got the young Shaves going through the middle. So, you know, I don't think they have the individuals probably are not as gifted.
The collective is extremely good.
That's right. Yep.
And you may even argue they're one of the better teams, if not the best team collective.
Yep.
I think what makes this St. Benedict's team special is that they have a good collective, but I think the individuals that they have make them extra special.
Right. Yeah,
and it's dotted around the field in some key parts of it.
Here's the ball, the shot comes and he's falling over. So it's a handball, so it's going to be a free kick for Chaguanas North. Yeah, and I was making the point, I think we did it when we were having our pre-game chat. You know, you look at this in Benedict's team, you got Bob come on one side, you got Niles on the other, then you've got Tariq Lee, you've got Garcia, Niles, so you know, Ochoa, you've got so many good attacking options. But here is George. I feel a little bit.
And then they look very solid at the back with Buckmeyer in goal.
Yeah, Buckmeyer in goal. Yeah, I remember at this. So we're into the final 30 seconds or so, and we'll see how much added on time the referee has given. We'll give confirmation of that added on time in a well, we understand that there's no added on time from the referee. I suppose at 6-0 there's no point of that.
Well, I think he's not a fan of the World Cup, is he?
Yes, I think he needs to get home early. But here is the ball played forward, and it's going to be played. Well, St. Benedict's now just keeping possession. They're just waiting out we are into the 90 minutes now as the ball played back.
Well, this is the second half. There was supposed to be no time added on, and there is time added on. We're into 20 seconds.
This is the ball played back now towards. This is Williams going over to the right side towards Philip, and the ball played all the way back. So there is a referee allowing play to go on for a little while. We're coming up to nearly 1 minute of added on time in this the second half as the ball comes off of Niles and it goes out. It's going to be a throw. So this ball thrown towards Tariq Lee. He's coming in field with it. Lee plays it with the outside of his boot, looking there to get it to Webb. Webb still in possession, plays it in field, and this is Niles. Still Niles looking to go through 2-3 defenders, and eventually he's stopped. The ball. It's going to be a free kick against for Chaguanas North, as a bit of a foul there from Niles trying to win back the ball, and it's going to be a free kick for Chaguanas North. So we've been 1 minute and 30 seconds so far of added on time. So Brent, he certainly decided maybe at the last moment to give a few minutes of added on time as Niles playing it to Webb. And Brent, I'm going to leave player of the match to you.
Thank you very much, Colin. That's so nice of you. It hasn't been a typical St. Benedict's college performance.
No, it hasn't.
It makes it it a bit challenging for us to choose a man of the match. Shall we go to the goal scorers?
Well, when you there is the final whistle, and so it's a 6-0 victory here for St. Benedict's. A comfortable victory for St. Benedict's. And there's Coach Boyce. I'm not sure, Brent, who you're going to give man of the match to. Would you look at the Lee scored one, Grant scored one, Brown scored one, Levan scored an own goal, Webb scored one, and Lee scored a brace.
We'll have to go to Lee with the brace.
Yeah, I suppose you give it to Lee. You give it to Lee with the brace. So the man of the match, Tariq Lee, for his 2 goals, and so there is a 6-0 victory here for St. Benedict's in the Coca-Cola National Intercol quarterfinal. St. Benedict's romping to a 6-0 victory. We want to say goodbye to our viewers on SportsMax. So this is a comfortable. You'll have to say, Brent. Tariq Lee opened the scoring. He finished the scoring. So maybe he may be the right person for man of the match. But here it started with Niles playing it back and Lee banging it into the net. That was a good goal.
Yes,
he took it away from the defender and he smacked it. And look at the dance, Brent. Well rehearsed.
I know of the different dances. I don't know about that one, but this goal scored was a good one. That one in particular wasn't blasted over the bar there by that man Lee again.
Maybe we'll ask Hans if he knows about that dance, or maybe when he interviews Tariq Lee, he might be able to ask him what sort of dance that was. But here again, this was Bachmeier called into action, one of the few times.
And St. Benedict's, although very pedestrian and lethargic in their performance and laboured for most of the first 45 minutes, they did create a number of chances. And of course that man there, Colin George, was a bright light for Chaguanas North for most of that 45, but things changed in the second half.
Yes, they were totally hammered in the second half. St. Benedict's obviously at the half time may have got a real rollicking from Coach Boyce, but here is Niles, and this is Tariq Lee again getting it towards Bobcombe, and the header from Grant. That was a very good goal actually, but started again by Tariq Lee, who played it wide to Bobcombe, and Bobcombe sent it over.
Yeah, it's a good finish, and of course when Raymond looks back at it, probably should not have left it. I nevertheless, the goal should have been another one. Hesitated there, Grant, and eventually dispossessed. And a good touch and finish by Brown. Of course, our SportsMax app moment, and deservedly so. Not so much for that flip, but more for the scoring, of course, expedition that he put forward.
Yeah, I liked it. He took it on the right foot, put it on the left foot, and then this was the own goal. What a goal it would have been if it was at the other end. There was Levan coming in at that far post. I'm not sure what he tried to do, but then Webb, a good goal from him as well, getting it across the keeper into the far corner.
The floodgates open, and we did say that was going to happen. St. Benedict's really started to turn the screws on Chaguanas North, and they're plucky, of course, persistence or resistance that they should. But Lee, of course, finished it off there at the end, and making sure that the scoreline was an emphatic one as we, of course, take a look at the stats here today. 4 shots by Chaguanas North secondary.
21 by St. Benedict.
And 2 shots of those on target. And yes, Colin, 21 shots on goal by St. Benedict, and 13 of those on target. Of course, 11 fouls altogether. 4 for Chaguanas North secondary, 7 for St. Benedict's College. 2 cards in the game.
Yeah, funnily enough, for St. Benedict's. And then 1 corner for Chaguanas North.
Correct, and 8 for St. Benedict's. No cards at all, as we rightfully mentioned. Look at the possession, Colin. 66% to St. Benedict's College. Chaguanas North secondary at 34. And of course, a one-sided game and a good scoreline for St. Benedict's College.
Totally great scoreline for St. Benedict's College. So they march on to the semi-finals. But before they do that, Hans, he's got the man of the match with him.
Well, thank you very much, Brenton Collin. Tariq Lee, man of the match. You scored on the 8th and 80th minutes. Were you looking for that hat trick today?
Yes.
I like the way he says that. Now tell us about the celebration and what today's game meant to you.
Well, today's game meant a serious task. I know we come on to the victory, so I'm thankful for it.
Tell us about the celebration, the first one for the game.
We all planned this one to go there and do it, you know.
What is it? What dance is that?
A Brazilian dance.
A Brazilian dance. Nevertheless, we say congratulations going out to Tariq Lee on man of the match, and congratulations going out to St. Benedict's College. Now listen, going up against Tobago next in the semi-final, what's your plan?
We're going out there to get the victory. We're going out there with the same intensity. Yeah.
Well, we actually have a representative from the Secondary Schools Football League with a hamper for you, all courtesy Coca-Cola, and also a medal. So here you go, Tariq Lee. Here's your medal. Here's your presentation from Coca-Cola. Congratulations to you on man of the match, Derek Elliott of the Secondary Schools Football League. Thank you very much and congratulations. Right now we speak to the coaches, and Brent Sancho has them standing by.
Thank you very much, Hans, and of course an emphatic scoreline at the end of the day. I'm now joined by Coach Raymond. Coach, disappointing result at the end?
Yes, definitely. There was a total mismatch, well and truly, right? Beside my team, I know they need maturing, right? They were outplayed today, and thank God we didn't concede more.
Well, of course, in the first half, we looked like things were, of course, you had things a little bit under control. Second half, things changed a bit. What you felt was the change in the second half?
Maturity. As I said again, my boys lack maturity and the drive to maintain discipline in the second half. right? Had we maintained that discipline in the second half, the scores would have been much less.
Well, thank you very much, Coach, and all the best for you and your team. Thanks very much, of course, Coach Raymond of Chaguanas North Secondary. Things, of course, unraveling for him in the second half, and as he mentioned, maturity played a major factor as it relates. And now joined by Coach Boyce, of course. Coach, good result at the end?
Yes, thank you very much.
Well, I am tempted to ask you what was said in the halftime. You looked very unhappy on the bench. I would imagine that your tempo probably went up a bit.
Not really. A lot of teams are employing different strategies and different ways, and we now have to come up with different solutions. I was just expressing to them the maturity that they need to have now, because it's a different set of learning that we have to learn, and they have to mature and they have to grow faster when teams come to play us like this.
Well, of course, 2 games to the promised land for St. Benedict's College, an undefeated season so far. How do you plan for the semi-finals on Saturday?
Well, we had to do some recuperation. We had to put in a little work. As we see, we had to go back to the drawing board on the field tactically and try to see each team that come in right now would come in this particular type of fashion. So we have to find a way to unlock some of those barriers they're trying to put up for us.
Well, of course, Coach Boyce, congratulations and all the best in the semi-finals on Saturday to you and St. Benedict's College.
Thanks very much.
That was Coach Boyce, of course, victorious, and will be leading his team towards the national Intercol semi-finals on Saturday. But let's have a quick conversation with Hans.
Well, Brad, it was one to remember, 6-0 here at Fatima College grounds. But guess what? The national Coca-Cola Intercol action continues on Saturday as we get ready for a double header. The semi-finals, the national semi-finals, with Fatima College going up against Trinity College East, and also the winners today, St. Benedict's College, going up against Signal Hill Secondary. We thank you so much for watching us on SportsMax, CCN, TV6, on YouTube, and the respective apps. Our full-time score today, Chaguanas North 0, St. Benedict's walking away with their lion's share, 6 here at Hazley Crawford, here at Fatima College grounds. We leave you with some images of today.